when it comes to the lighting that we'll use for our production, we have decided to use this piece of equipment, which we call a reflector. Now, the reason why we chose to use a reflector is because after discussing it with our media technician, we feel that it would be hard for us to bring soft boxes and Patterson lights with us to the actual interviews. So we have decided that the piece of equipment that we will be using for lighting is this reflector. Now, this reflector is used to, what do you think? Reflect light. No way, right? Okay, so basically there's two sides. So there's this side, which is the silver side, and then they have the white side, so it's more like a white kind of light that's reflected on me. That's more like shiny, see? And there is as well a gold side that you put over. So what this is made for is to reflect light, and this is important for interviews because it will allow us to kind of catch the sunlight on the reflector. Like, it can't really be seen here, so we catch the light of the reflector and then we aim it to a portion of the face you can kind of see, so without it and then with it. Like, you can see my face is more lit up. So this is important to use in our production because it will allow us to take advantage of all the kind of lighting that we can in our situation, because we're only two people and it's going to be hard to especially since we're trying to go to London to film the interview, and as well as, like, I'm going to be alone going to Lincoln. My groupmate is not unable to come, so we're only going to be using this. So this will allow us to ensure that no part of the face, there's no shadow, because that's unconventional for there to be a shadow. So this will allow us to ensure that all the light goes fully on the face. Now, because I am so pale, this is making me look paler, but that's the gist of the reflector. So we're just going to use it for our production to kind of reflect light onto the subject's face to ensure that there's no shadows. So yeah, that's why this is the only lighting equipment that we will use for production. Although in the research we did mention that we should use the other ones, it's just going to be very hard for our situation. So that's basically it. The reflector, everybody. We are here now in our very own recording studio. If you look around the room, you will see that we are fully isolated from all the noise. So it's going to be very quiet when we record it. This resource is something that we're going to use to record the voice of God in our production, as well as a radio advert. This is due to the fact that, as I mentioned before, the sound quality here will be very, very good because we won't get any background noise, so like ambient noise that's going on outside, and it won't be as echoey as the H4n. So by using this, it will allow us to create an industry standard production, which is important for our documentary, as it is supposed to mimic a real Mosaic Films documentary. So the fact that the recording studio will allow us to record high quality sound will be important for our documentary, as the voice of God plays a big part in the introduction and as well as the conclusion to our documentary. So in order for the message of our documentary to come across and to promote the ideology that happiness is achievable by everybody, it is important that the audiences are able to understand what the voice of God is saying. So by using the recording studio, we will be able to ensure that we are recording sound professionally and to a very high quality that is industry standard. The same goes for a radio advert. This will allow us to record the copy in a way where there's no echoes and the audiences will fully be able to understand what the copy is saying. Because if the copy was not heard or unclear, then audiences would not know where to go when to watch a documentary and when to watch it. So it's very important that the sound that we got from the recordings were of a high quality to make it industry standard and very clear and understandable. So yeah. Yeah. Now I'm going to be demonstrating how we will use the recording studio. So first, you level up the microphone to the height of the person speaking, which is me. So it's like this, just that a bit. So the mic is right there. And then you're going to put the headphones on, like this. And then someone through this window will cue them and tell them when to recite their lines and when they're going to be recorded. So like now, let's say someone did this, so then I can then recite the lines and hear myself through here as well. So yeah, that's the simplicity of this. The simple part of it. To record the sound from the recording studio, we will be using the mixing desk and this amp.